I'm Jessica Cook. I'm the girls basketball varsity, one of the varsity assistant coaches. Our last two games, we played Liberty this past Friday. Obviously a huge game for us. The girls came out and just played so hard, and we were so incredibly proud of them. We actually had the lead with seconds left, and Liberty was able to regain the lead. So that was kind of tough for us, but obviously we know that we can play with them, so that was a big confidence boost for us. Liberty's a really good team. So moving on to Raytown, last night was senior night, so it was a really big game for our seniors. They came out and just had a little bit of a fire because it's senior night. It's a big night for them. So they came out and played incredibly hard, and we ended up winning that game by about 30. So in a game that was really close, the last time we played Raytown away actually went into overtime. And then to come back and beat them by 30, it just shows our improvement. So we're really excited moving on. We're kind of peaking at the right time. So now I'm going to open up the floor for questions.
How was the atmosphere last night since it was senior night?
The atmosphere was really cool. People were really emotional. Emotions were high. A lot of the parents were there. Seeing their daughters play one of their last home games, it's a very emotional thing because, they've been watching them play since they were little, and to have this be one of their last home games of high school, it's kind of an emotional thing. So it was cool to have that environment, and on top of that, to win by so much. It was really cool.
How did playing against Liberty affect the team's spirit and playing ability?
I know as a fact that the girls were disappointed. They were disappointed because they knew how close they were to beating this rival school, and not just a rival school, but a rival school that's very successful. And we're not supposed to beat them. We're not supposed to, but we were right there. We had the lead, and I think they really wanted that win. I know they really wanted that win. So other than that, they kind of carried that disappointment, I think, with them, and it almost motivated them, and it is motivating them to be successful in future games. So it positively affected them.
So last night's score was 47-13, which is a really good victory for the Eagles. In your opinion, what were the main highlights in that game that got us the victory?
I think defense. We were talking in the coach's office that we were thinking that might be the one of the records for lowest points allowed. I know they didn't score in the first quarter. Raytown didn't score in the first quarter. And then I think in the second half we held them to 4 points or something like that. Against a team like that, it could be really easy not to be disciplined on defense. In the second quarter, we kind of lapsed a little bit, and we let them score some buckets that they shouldn't have scored. And so I think the discipline of the defense was our highlights for that game.
Who do you think that your guys' biggest key player has been this year?
Obviously, our post play, BB Giss and Lizzie Stark. Our guards have stepped up the last couple games, but our posts have been just playing out of their minds, and just playing physical, and not just offensively, defensively as well, because we've played some really good post players, and without that inside presence, it's really hard to be successful, and stay with teams. And so we're getting our solid post play. Our guard play has picked up the last couple games, and that's why we've been so close, and that's why we won by 30 yesterday, because every single position showed up to play.
How do you as a coach try to teach the kids how to deal with not only how to win the game, but how to take a loss?
Yeah, that's a very difficult thing. You try not to have moral victories. when you lose close games, but it's really important to focus on the positive things that you did, but be aware of the negatives that happened, because you have to be able to grow from the negatives. I think that the girls have done a really good job of overcoming some of those negatives and getting better at them, and that's why throughout the course of the season we've improved. We've since the first game to now, we've improved. So we just try to teach them to grow from the negatives, focus on the positives, and you're a successful team that way.
This Friday is the court warming game. Is there any added pressure or stress that comes along with that?
Oh no, I don't think so. I think at this point, our girls kind of have the there's nothing to lose mentality. They're really pumped for that kind of limelight, and every year that's always a cool thing to go through, especially when your girls are up. One of your girls is up for Queen. So you know, it's going to be a really cool deal for them. But thank you guys for your questions, and that's all we have for today.